Here, where the shadow of the Himalayas stretches over the hunting grounds of the Bengal tiger, life exists on the edge. But when the rain stops, the clouds part, and the mountains stand before you, it's an experience like nothing else. Welcome to Nepal. Welcome to Sundarpatan.
All right, hello everyone, and welcome to this video. I hope you're as excited as I am because the Sundarpatan Nepal Hunting Reserve has officially been revealed. And I just gotta say, first things first, I am so excited for this. Everything has looked so incredible. I love the look, I love the species, all the information we've gotten so far. I am excited for, and I hope you are as well. So to kick off this video, obviously we saw the trailer, and I've got my thoughts on that. But we're also mainly going to be going through the species that have so far been revealed, and everything else that we know is coming with this DLC and the update that comes with it. So I know 13 species are going to be on this map, of which 10 of them will be completely new species to the game, and 3 of them will be returning from previous reserves. I am very excited about that. Of the new species, we know 9 of them have been revealed so far, and of the returning species, 2 of them have been revealed. We also know of another animal that is on the reserve, but as of right now, it's not confirmed whether this is a returning species or a completely new one. But I'll get into that a little bit after this. So just kick things off, we're going to start with the Bengal tiger. So obviously, the Bengal tiger is the highlight of this reserve, for most people at least, I would assume, because it is going to be an experience unlike any other. These things look incredible. It was the highlight of the trailer. They had that little teaser trailer that they released where we heard the tiger roar. People were speculating, is it a tiger? Is it a leopard? Definitely a tiger roar. I don't believe leopards roar like that. But something interesting that they're talking about in the Steam DLC page is that this might be a new mechanic introduced here, in that these tigers will be stalking and ambushing us as the players. Whether that is a completely new mechanic that they're adding or kind of just a flavor, that remains to be seen. But I'm excited for it. I'm very hopeful that it will be that these creatures, these animals, will hunt us when we are hunting them. Who knows as of yet, but that's what it's leading towards. And obviously we have had animals that go aggressive towards us, such as lions, bears, bison, buffalo, other things like that. But this seems to be a completely different mechanic altogether from what they're talking about. From my understanding, Bengal tigers do weigh about the same as the African lions. So I'm guessing this would be the same class as lions. So this should be a class 9 animal, which is very exciting. Lots of different weapons that we have choices there to hunt that. Obviously, they might not be. This is speculation from me, but I'm excited for it. They should be a very fun feature. Coming up next, we have the Barasinga, or the swamp deer. So with the Barasinga, I have this nice screenshot here from the trailer. This, I would guess, is a smaller sized one, as it's kind of trekking through the highlands here. And these deer look incredible. I knew nothing about them before today, but they look insane. They look incredible. Looking into them a little bit, I'm going to guess that they're going to be a class 6 animal because they weigh around the same estimates as a red deer, who are class 6. And these things are incredible. Like, their antlers look crazy. We have this better image that they released on the Steam DLC page, where the antlers kind of just look crazy. I'm really excited for these as well, as I have been with everything that they've done so far. Moving on from that, though, we're going to go right into the next animal, and that is the snow leopard. Now, previously, all Expansive Worlds has talked about is this image where it says, "There is no cat here." With obviously, if you look closely enough, you can clearly see a cat's face outlined in the bushes. And when you look at this next screenshot that they have released with the Steam DLC page, we can see another one where that looks just like a snow leopard as it's hunting through the mountains there. Some people might say it's a rock, but when you look close enough at it, you can even see the spots on the side of it. You can see it with the tail kind of going out the back. And then combine it with what the DLC page actually says. And you can see it clearly there that it says snow leopard. It is one of the 13 species. It says it right there, snow leopard. They are here. This, I would guess, would be a class 4, maybe 3 or 5. I could see it going either way because they do weigh less than pumas and mountain lions, which are class 5 animals. So somewhere in between there, 3, maybe a 3. That's what I'm going to do. Final guess would be a class 3 animal. Obviously, this is all speculation. I have no idea. That's just what I think they will be. But I am so excited for these. I love leopards. One of my favorite animals, animal types, I guess. And super excited to see these in the game. Next up, we have the tar. I believe this is classified as the Himalayan tar. I'm not exactly sure. I could be wrong, but it is a tar. We know that for sure. The next species to be revealed here. Very exciting. I'm guessing these are going to be a class 4 or 5 as well. Maybe 5, I would say, because they do weigh a significant bit more than the snow leopards that I just talked about. And what's so exciting about these is that we believe that these are officially the next great one. As we have this image here, which was sent out in an email, I believe, it says Tar Great One. Which, and looking at this, the model looks a little different, I would say. I think the fur around the mane is a little bigger, a little bushier. Obviously, the fur type looks a lot different. So I'm assuming it's a special fur type. And even on the head there, it looks like there's scarring on there, like it's seen some fights or it's lived a while, something like that, which I think is a really cool way to introduce a great one. So seemingly 100% almost at this point confirmed tar, great one. Next up on our species list here we have the nilgai. Now these are an antelope species, relatively large in size. I know, again, very little about them. Didn't know they existed until today with a lot of these species on this list. But they look really cool. We get 2 images of them that we see that they released on the DLC page. One of them is kind of in this field, and then another one a bit closer up in another field with flowers. But I, again, just think that they look incredible. I'm guessing these are going to be a class 6 species, and that's all I really got about them. But exciting addition to the map, and looking forward to seeing more of them and learning more about them. Next up on our species list is the muntjac, which I believe is a northern red muntjac. As I with the previous one, know very little about these. Just know this is a screenshot that I have from the initial the teaser trailer that they released, and we have another image that they released with a couple of them sort of running through the woods here that they sent out on the DLC page. These guys look incredible. Guessing class 3, maybe class 2 animal, smaller ones. They have horns and tusks, which I think is interesting. So it'd be kind of cool to see how they're scored. But I'm looking forward to seeing and again learning more about these ones. Which brings us to our next species, which I also know very little about. Next species up on the species list is the Tibetan fox. This guy looks hilarious. I'm realizing I have seen images of this before. I didn't know what it was, but now I do. This is the Tibetan red fox. Has a very interesting looking face. Honestly, this image looks exactly like what they actually look like. They nailed it, I would say. They do look funny, but they do look correct. And keeping with fox species that we have in the game, I'm guessing this is going to be another class 2 animal, and this is the only image we have so far. So that's all we're going to see. After the red fox, we have this image, which is believed to be a blue sheep or a baral. Again, I could be pronouncing that last part wrong. I don't know how to do it. But just this one image we have of it walking away, so you can't really identify it well, but going off of the horns that it has, it does look like a blue sheep. Very cool species here. I'm guessing keeping in line with kind of like bighorn and like other goat species, class 4, possibly class 5, somewhere around there. Lots of animals kind of in that range where I'm not sure they could go either way. I'm not sure, but these looks like they'll probably be up in the mountains to hunt. Very exciting thing. Hopefully I learn more about them to come, just like all of these. Next up here, we have what would be the biggest species to roam this map, theoretically, at least. And this looks like a yak. This probably is a smaller one, possibly a female. I'm not too sure, because we get another image that we'll see here in just a second of a much larger one. So I'm assuming these are going to be a class 9 animal to go along with the tiger. Really cool looking animal. It's nice to get another big species like this. I love them. I think they're going to be really cool to hunt and kind of, figure out, especially having another big species. I'm always a fan of bigger animals being added to the game, so this will be an exciting one. And this is the last confirmed new species that we have. So we're going to move into the confirmed species that are returning to the map. And if you're looking at this and saying, I don't really recognize that, but you kind of do, well, this is the new water buffalo model. Yes, you heard it. Water buffalo are getting a rework and a remodel with this, as well as black buck. And I believe it was said in the actual Expensive Worlds live stream that they did earlier today that black buck will also be added to this reserve. We have no images of them or anything in writing that says that, but it was said during that live stream. They're both getting remodels, and they're both being added to this reserve. Now, those are the only two confirmed species we have. There is one more species that we know will be on the map, but we're just not sure what sort of species it is, and we're not sure if it's a new one or a returning one, and that is geese. So we do have this image. I took a screenshot here from the initial teaser trailer where we see geese flying, and there has been some debate as to whether this is a new species of goose that we're getting here or if it is the gray lag goose. Personally, I want to say it's the gray lag goose because they do look similar, but even zooming in, you really can't tell, you really can't see them, so I'm not sure. I'm not willing to say it is one way or the other, but regardless, that is a species of goose. It will be on the map. So with that, we know that technically we know of 12 of the species that are on the map. We just don't know if the 13th, the final one, is going to be a returning one or a new one, simply because we don't know what kind of goose this is as of yet. But hopefully that will be revealed soon so we can figure that out. And hopefully this 13th species will be revealed. There's a lot of good options that I could think of. One of them being axis deer, because they are native to this sort of region. That could be added onto the map. That would be a returning species, meaning that this would be a new goose that we have. The other option I would say is the Indian gar, which is a big bovine creature similar in size to the yak. That would be added. I'm a little skeptical on that one though, just because that would mean there'd be 3 class 9 animals on this map, which has never happened before. Doesn't mean it won't happen, but it hasn't yet. So I'm not too sure. Those are my 2 guesses though for what the 13th species could be on this reserve. Now, for the last couple of topics here, first of which is the new weapon that will be added. Now, this is called the Gandhare. I don't really know how to pronounce it. Gandhare rifle. It is a single shot rifle of a high caliber, as they say on the DLC page. So I'm assuming that means it's going to be somewhere in the range of a 300. Going up to class 9 animals. Other than that, though, I'm not too sure. We only have the 2 images of it. One of the player model holding it, and one of what the iron sights look like. But that's very cool. And the last topic we'll talk about is the other changes coming with this update. So the last couple of things here that they put out in this community post, which are the things coming out with the free update. So obviously we see Water Buffalo and Black Bucks are getting remastered, so they're going to have new models. I don't know if remastered also refers to drinking times, things like that, zone times. I'm not sure. That's just what it says. The two Nepal-inspired cosmetic items that will be available to players, which is a paint and a flower camo. As well as that, we're getting a population reset for bobcats, Mexican bobcats, brown bears, grizzly bears, and black bears, along with the buffalo and water buffalo and black buck that were previously mentioned. So that's pretty exciting. So for those of you who enjoy hunting those, maybe do some last checks of all of your maps before this population reset to see if there are any trophies for those. And the other thing, pumas are being changed. As you can see, they're being changed to make less noise, which is good. Exact words is pumas in Parque Fernando will adopt a more stealthy approach and stop making so many noises. Pumas share this issue with mountain lions, where they're kind of go into chasing mode, and then every 10 seconds or less, it seems, they kind of let out a chasing call, which is very loud, makes a lot of noise. It's one of the main problems I have with hunting both of those maps. Even though I do like the species variety on both of them, and I like the vibe from them, that's one of the reasons I don't like it. The last part of that highlight is multiple bug fixes and more. So obviously we will know more as time goes on, but so far that is all we've got. So for everyone out there, thank you so much for watching. That's all I've got. I'd love to hear what your thoughts, what your feedback on this is, and yeah, let me know. And let me know if you're excited, or what you think isn't great, could change, anything like that. I am looking forward to hearing it all. So without further ado, thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it this far. I appreciate you so much. But you're now leaving the danger zone. So stay safe out there, and I hope to catch you back here next time. Bye.